Hello and welcome back to another collective reading. This is for all signs and it is timeless. We're going to start off with an animal spirit message. And with that said, yes, it is timeless. The content within this message is timeless, but I may mention elements of time like I'm about to say right now. Owl, exactly. The guides. There's a need for us to ground right now. That's why I'm wearing all of this red. Because of Jupiter in Gemini, which is time-based. And it's going to sneak up on us, and that's a good thing. To me, Jupiter in Gemini is a good thing. It's the expansion of our intellect, the expansion of communication, the expansion of things that could only be spoken about. And it's like putting a magnifying glass on everything we've been talking about for a while. Everything we've been thinking about for a while, what we've been communicating for a while. Like, I want to do this, I want to do that. I want the world to be a better place on a more macro scale. And now this is going to become so big, all of those things, all of those ideas. It's like a big thought bubble. They're going to become so big that we're not going to be able to look away from it anymore, right? And this is going to happen over time. It's like a lobster boiling in the hot tub of water, where before we know it, we could be bathing in things that we don't want because we've just let ourselves kind of run with that expansion of the Gemini energy. Gazelle, exactly. This is about awareness. And this is our overall energy. And at the bottom of the deck, we have Earthworm. Earthworm is about needing to untangle ourselves from ourselves. It's like you're all knotted up inside our ideas. That's what Jupiter in Gemini is going to help us do. It's going to help us become aware of the mess. It's going to help us become aware of what we're working with as well in the positive. It's kind of like, say you have a back room and you have just a bunch of extra stuff in there, like seasonal stuff, Christmas decorations, or however you celebrate, old clothes. But then you go in there and you realize that under like the 7th pile of clothes that you never wear, where's Marie Kondo when we need her? What up, Marie Kondo? Where you at, girl? We need help. We need help with untangling ourselves. And I mean, this could be literal, like cleaning out our houses, but I'm talking about it more metaphorically because Gemini, it's an intellectual energy. It's a mercurial energy. It's thoughts, it's communication, right? So we're talking about this, and this is not just about Jupiter and Gemini, guys. It's the energy we're currently in, and it's only going to expand over time, with the way that things are in the online world. And I'm not going to go into it deeply, but when it does truly bloom into the metaverse, it's going to be like, you're not going to need a phone anymore. You're going to be the phone. You're going to be inside the internet. You're not going to be watching me talking to you on an external device. I will be like in your world, right? So this message is timeless. Anyways, what is happening right now? See how aware this gazelle is? It's like staring right at you. It's like you can't look away. We used to have this junk closet, right? Like on Friends, Monica is this like anal neat freak. But she has this like secret closet where she just throws all her shit. It's like this earthworm, it's like we're seeing all of our stuff. I also see the earthworm as the underworld, the shadow side of us coming to light. Gemini can bring that out. Gemini, and I love Geminis. I grew up with Geminis. I'm a Gemini midheaven. I'm a Virgo stellium. So, I love Mercury. I love communication. To me, it's better than sex. I would rather have like a conversation back and forth with somebody for 3 hours, and I'm a Leo Venus, if you know what I mean. So, anyways, sorry, I gotta take a joke once in a while. I have to pause for a joke because this stuff is so heavy. I feel Jupiter just like, just like coming into my consciousness as I'm talking to you, and it's a lot. It's overwhelming. It's like this bear. Hopefully not the bear market, right? Anyways. Bring it back through. Okay. The closet. This is what's happening with this Gemini energy. In a positive way, it's bringing out the information that we want to bring out. It's untangling us like this earthworm. It's the subconscious. It's the secret desires. It's the things we've always wanted to do, be, have. But on the negative, it can be gossip. It can be slander. It can be like, fuck it, I'm just going to say that because it's Jupiter. It's like, I'm just going to do that. I'm just going to say that. And that's usually Mars do. But Gemini's funny. You know, if Gemini has a little power behind it, which is Jupiter, an expansion behind it, like give Gemini the stage, Gemini might just start telling like trade secrets, secrets in the government, secrets about family members that were buried many years ago and now it's all coming out, whatever. I'm just saying. Anyways, that's the time we're in. And it's a big feeling. This is a big deal. This transit, I believe. Right? All right, now let's get some cards. In the positive, let me just conclude on this. In the positive, it's going to help us to untangle. It's like going into that closet. What I was going to say before is under the 7th pile of clothes that we haven't looked at in years, you find an old camera and it's worth $2,000 and you're like, damn, I'm going to sell this on eBay, bro. Or you find your old, like for example, I have this old manuscript. I wrote this book years ago. It was called Stoned. Play on words of being stoned. Biblically speaking, this was back when I was a Christian minister. So anyways, I wrote this whole book, right? And it's just a big stack of papers. It's like finding something like that that's already completed and you're just like, oh, this just needs a little polish. It's a bad example with that book because I won't release that book. I don't believe the things that I wrote in there anymore for the majority of it. I've evolved since then. I've untangled all of those beliefs and opened them up and looked at them and been like, wow, which is what Christian deconstruction is. And there's going to be a lot of deconstruction happening because it's expanding what's here, this transit, right? And it's not even about the transit. The transit is just a seed of what's to come. You know, all this stuff with like Diddy coming out and whatever. That's one of 100 million things we can talk about, right? It's kind of just like, I'm not surprised by anything. It's like, yeah, what do you think these P words have been doing all these years in Hollywood? It's like we're just starting to talk about it now, and that's another topic. But anyways, it's like you're gonna see pictures of him on Epstein's Island and shit. It's just, you know what I mean? It's just whatever. Anyways, let's get a couple cards here. It's hot in here. It's hot. If I go missing, you'll know what happened. All right. Speaking of that, in all seriousness, let's bring out the Eye of Horus and the Evil Eye for protection for those watching and for myself over this message. This is my perception of what we're going to start to feel happening because we're just coming into this Jupiter and Gemini, right? We're just entering it. What I believe is going to happen here is it's going to go one of two ways. And we can either accept the reality of what we're seeing and what we're feeling and what other people are demonstrating, what we ourselves are demonstrating, and use this as an opportunity to expand, or we can burrow even deeper into the darkness in an attempt to hide from the massive planet that is Jupiter. And you know what? A lot of people are going to be successful with that. But you know what we should use this energy for, Jupiter? It can be used for expansion, obviously, growth, as well as moving into abundance. Like Gemini can talk. Gemini can make millions and millions of dollars off of writing a newsletter, for example. Think about Dan Coe. Think about people who are creating information-based products. If you have any ideas for those, talking to myself as well, because I have 1,000, let's use Jupiter and Gemini to put these information-based products together, because people are going to suddenly become more hungry to learn more because it's Gemini. People are also going to become more hungry to gossip and to slander and to expose and all that stuff. Hey, depends on what side you're on, right? If you don't have any skeletons in your closet, then it's kind of just like, l'chaim, cheers. Let's throw the bad guys in prison. You know, let's bring out the truth about all these people that were they slandered their character and they were actually innocent. I'm just talking in a very practical way. Like friends that you have, experiences you've had, you hear about, oh, wait, so my old coworker didn't actually sleep with her boss. That was actually made up because he was in this like divorce, like he was trying to settle a divorce with his wife, and it turned out that she made up all this blackmail about him so that she could get the house. And now they're having to reopen the case because it was incorrect information. I'm just saying that's all, that anyways. Let's get a couple cards. Just saying, if you don't have anything to hide, right? This is going to be a wonderful transit for you because it's going to help untangle and untether and open you up and expand you, right? So on one side, be aware, like this gazelle, look at yourself and look at how other people around you are responding, even like how money is responding. Like we have this bear here. That could be referring to like bear market, and I don't want to say that, but because whale is peeking out here too, and whale's another stock market term. A whale is like a big company. We could see companies going under. I mean, think about what we've seen even on a small scale with what's it called, Red Lobster. Funny I mentioned lobsters at the beginning of this, like a lobster cooking in a boiling stew. It's like they don't even know that they're being boiled alive. There's that sun. It's a time of exposure because all that's happening, it's kind of like how people say, why does it seem like all of these like cops are getting exposed for racism now? It's nothing new, honey. It's just that we have phones now and before we didn't. Simple as that. All right? Hey, I'm on both sides. I'm not saying anything against cops, but I have my opinions, okay? I've seen, with my friend Lakana in the back of my car, we got pulled over, and he was asked to step out of the vehicle, and he's black. So I was just like, okay. Anyways, love and light. Disappointments. 4 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. We're gonna feel disappointed. I guess this is turning into a Jupiter and Gemini reading, right? But this is timeless information. I'm telling you, you can look back on this video in 20 years and it will still hold, all right? Because this is just a big energy. We're going to feel disappointed at what we see with the gazelle. We had that sun at the bottom of the deck as well. But don't fall for that. Use this energy. It's always been there. That's the point of this. All that's happening is it's becoming so big. It's like taking a stream of texts, like texts that were sent between people talking about like a crime or something, and then blowing that up into a big image and putting it all over the internet. Everybody can read the receipts. It's all it is. That's all it is. It's bringing out what's already in the dark. Ace of Wands, Ace of Pentacles. See, Ace of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, Six of Wands. We can use this energy to our advantage. Bear market, I'd buy low. This is not legal, financial, or medical advice on this channel. I gotta disclaim. But it's like, you know, if you're seeing something like Tesla, a whale, super low because of some crap that's going on with the election, honey, I'd buy low. You know what I'm saying? Just saying. Okay. Love and light. I actually sold all my stocks and all my crypto and all my gold. All right. So, anyways. Sometimes you've got to make sacrifices to go for the bigger thing. And in my life, I had to sell everything that I had so that I could be sitting here today making you this video, right? Okay, I love you guys. Card number 1, and it's worth it every damn day of my life, 2 of Cups. See, I'm seeing this as like 2 hands coming together and shaking hands. Now take this in multiple ways. Let's start here with the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. This is like 2 things shaking hands here, right? You could say it's like Jupiter shaking hands with Mercury. That is literally like giving a Gemini a microphone, like I said before, right? This can expand upon dreams and information and communication like we've never heard before, speeches, oration that you've never heard before, the most inspirational speech that you've ever heard that expands the bandwidth and the consciousness of society. Or it can be, you know, where we're seeing some shit hit the fan, right? And you know, l'chaim. That's depends what side you're on. Again, I'll say that. But it's like shaking hands with these other energies that when they come together, it can bring massive success. Like I was saying about like buying low and selling high, for example. If it's a bear market and you buy a stock that typically was more expensive, and then you buy like 40 shares of something, and then some shit goes down in the election and everything goes up, and then you're like, oh damn, I made $45,000 off of that. I would sell. But anyways, okay, sorry. This is not financial advice. I'm just being funny, guys. I miss my stocks. I miss my stocks. Just a moment of silence for my stocks. Especially NVIDIA. Okay. Shaking hands, 2 of Cups. Partnerships happening at this time. Look at this whale and this dolphin coming together. That's a funny pair. It's like working together with the beaver. Unlikely things are going to come together and shake hands at this time is what I'm seeing. Look with the gazelle for opportunities. Look for Ace of Wands. Look for Ace of Pentacles. Look for it. Because it's here, right? Also, find it within yourself to, this is kind of like that Mars and Gemini energy that we had before, where people were just gossiping about everybody and let it free you with the Four of Wands. If you find that things are coming to light and stuff at this time, I would look at it, Daughter of Swords, Page of Swords, I would look at it as a way to free yourself, right? And just walk away from anything that exposes itself that's been moving around under the dirt. It's kind of like having moles in your backyard. I have some moles. And I guess if you get rid of, like, if you have grubs in your yard, if you get rid of the grubs, the moles are not attracted anymore to your yard. So anyways. That's my one butch moment of the year, okay? I'm so drawn in by this earthworm. I'm not sure why. It's like, I just see a bunch of stuff moving around under the ground right now, and Gemini wants to be the one that's like, guys, they run up, they're all out of breath, they're a group of friends, they're running up to the group of friends. Did you hear about, did you know about, did you... This is a time of just I would just sit back and observe. I mean, I'm a Virgo stellium, so I do this anyway, but just sit back and observe. Just keep yourself cool. Page of Swords, cool, you know. Just fan your face with your fan while you're sitting by the pool. Oh, I didn't hear about that. Do tell. You know, little dark goddess energy, let people reveal their hand, and then you know what you need to know about situations. Let people reveal who they are in this time. Two of Cups. People that you know, people you're in partnerships with, friends, partners, even aspects of yourself that make themselves known. And you hear yourself saying something, and you're like, dang. I can't even believe I believe that about myself. You know, it's like it reveals. Okay, card number 2 is the Eight of Swords. Let me look at this for a second here. Use this Jupiter energy, like we were talking about before. Use it. If there's pandemonium, and I'm not saying this is a negative transit. It's not negative. The transits are neutral. It's about what it brings out of people, right? Like I listened to this old Indian man talking about the full moons, and he was pretty much debunking the idea that full moons bring out crazy people. He said, all the full moons do is expand upon what's already there. And I was like, that makes a lot of sense. And that's what these transits do. They zoom in on aspects of things, right? We can use this transit, 1, 2, 3 p.m. on the clock right now. We can use this transit to staircase up the steps, whether it be financially, whether it be just seeing the truth about things, so it causes us to expand. We leave people behind that maybe we have contracts with, commitments with, Four of Wands, Two of Cups, things that have been disappointing, and now it's like we can't look away from it. It's so obvious. It's been here the whole time. It's like, and once we cut these people out, we start to see, wait, I actually wasn't stuck. Eight of Swords. I was staying in my chrysalis because it was making other people around me uncomfortable. One example of 1,000 I could give, because look at these two butterflies. This one's out, and it's flying above all of this rat's nest down here. This looks like a rat's nest with the Four of Cups. All the disappointment that's just been lurking under the surface of the dirt. And you're like, I know I feel something weird on my property, moving around under that dirt, because you're intuitive. Jupiter and Gemini is the transit for you. It expands upon, well, the things that need to be talked about, right? So what I'm seeing here is we have the opportunity to get unstuck by actually using the traction of this expansive energy, which is Jupiter, to get us untangled. That just keeps coming through again from our own minds, from our own thoughts. Swords are words, right? It's like it's gonna help us look at, with the Daughter of Swords, the Page of Swords, what the problem is. Because sometimes we just feel stuck, right? Son of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles is a slow energy. Sometimes we just feel slow. We feel stuck, bare, and we don't know why. We could start to see companies actually coming out of, and this is macro and micro, companies, for example, coming out of bad finances at this time, and we can also see ones going under. Because with the beaver, it's like this is like the Eight of Pentacles to me. We start to see solutions. Eight of Swords, not Eight of Pentacles, but beaver. It's like we start to see solutions to our problem that we couldn't see before because they were buried, but now they are being revealed. Gazelle. That's all I'm getting on this Eight of Swords. It's like we're gonna be able to cut ourselves free while all this pandemonium is going on. We're using this energy to zoom in on our own selves and do what we can with what we got. Cut ourselves free and fly away into success with the Six of Wands. Card number 3, is the Five of Cups. It's basically just in a more advanced stage of, where did he go? Yep, he's trying to scurry away. My rat fell down and it's trying to scurry away, right? It feels the transit. It's starting to encroach upon the nest that it's made in your life, right? You don't have to live the rest of your life being a sad horse. You can be a stallion that blasts through. I mean, when I think of a horse, it's almost bizarre imagery. And I love this card because I love horses and he's so cute. I just want to hug him. I love you, horse. But anyways, sorry. I always get pulled into this horse card when I look at this deck. I love animals, and that's why I love these decks here. But when I look at this, it's like, why that horse should be just running free, like wild and free. Same with this Eight of Swords. It's like, we're going to start to see where we have been settling. It's like putting a horse in a cage. What is that? You're meant to be free, Eight of Swords. You're not meant to be weighed down by, and it could be, with the Two of Cups, that could be the origin of some of this. The connections that we've made with people that are weighing us down, it's going to be exposed. And this is not negative. This is freedom. Four of Wands. This is an opportunity to become a new version of ourselves in the 3D world with the Ace of Pentacles. 3D. Ace of Wands. Become inspired again and excited instead of downtrodden and depressed and uninspired and trapped mentally. It's like maybe we're trapped mentally because we're spending so much of our damn mental energy trying to figure out what is moving around under our lawn. You know what I'm saying here? I love you guys. It's been Missy Gordon, the Metamystic here. And I will put the playlist at the end here of the other collectives. They're timeless. I love you guys. See you in the next one.